In women's football, some moments feel bigger than trophies, finals, or record-breaking goals. Some moments feel personal, emotional, and unforgettable, even for people watching from thousands of miles away. And the wedding of Sam Kerr and Kristie Mewis was exactly one of those moments. Two international football stars, two different countries, one love story that crossed continents, survived elite pressure, and quietly became one of the most meaningful relationships in the sport. Sam Kerr is not just a footballer. She is a symbol of Australian football, the captain of the Matildas, the all-time leading goal scorer for her country, a global icon who built her legacy at Chelsea, winning titles, breaking records, and leading on the biggest stages in Europe. Every move she makes is watched. Every goal is analyzed. Every decision becomes public conversation. Kristie Mewis followed a different but equally demanding path. A talented American midfielder, she earned her place with the United States national team through persistence, resilience, and consistency. Her career took her across the NWSL and into Europe, including a chapter with West Ham United, where she proved she belonged at the highest level of the game. Growing up in a football family, with a World Cup winning sister, Kristie learned early that nothing comes easily in elite sport. Their worlds truly began to connect around 2020, at a time when football calendars overlapped and international competitions brought players together. A connection formed quietly. There were no headlines at first, no public statements, just two athletes finding comfort and understanding in someone who truly understood the pressures of elite football. By 2021, fans started noticing the signs. Supportive comments, shared moments, subtle photos that said more than any announcement ever could. Eventually, Sam Kerr confirmed the relationship, and almost instantly, the couple became one of the most loved in women's football. But what fans often forget is how difficult that relationship was to maintain. Different national teams, different leagues, different time zones, long-distance flights between the United States, England, and Australia, training sessions that never seemed to end. Yet somehow, they made it work. Not by chasing attention, but by choosing each other consistently, even when life was chaotic. As the years passed, their relationship matured. It became quieter, steadier, and deeply rooted. In late 2023, Sam and Kristie announced their engagement, a moment that felt inevitable to those who had followed their journey. It wasn't flashy. It wasn't dramatic. It felt intentional, like two people who knew exactly what they wanted. Then in 2025, their lives changed forever. They welcomed their son, Jagger Mewis Kerr. Suddenly, their story was no longer just about football or romance. It was about family, about balance, about redefining what life looks like for two elite athletes at the peak of their careers. And with that new chapter already written, there was one more moment waiting to happen. On December 31st, 2025, Sam Kerr and Kristie Mewis got married. The location was Swan Valley near Perth in Western Australia, Sam Kerr's hometown. The choice was deeply personal. Instead of a global destination wedding or a highly publicized event, they chose familiarity, privacy, and meaning. A place tied to Sam's roots, surrounded by the people who mattered most. The ceremony was intentionally intimate. Around 120 guests attended. Close family, trusted friends, teammates from both the Australian and US national teams. No spectacle, no unnecessary attention. Just love, warmth, and authenticity. Kristie Mewis wore a classic white wedding dress, elegant and timeless, with delicate details that reflected her understated style. Sam Kerr chose a tailored black suit, sharp, modern, and unmistakably her. Together, they looked calm, confident, and completely present in the moment. One of the most emotional moments of the ceremony involved their son Jagger. Having him there wasn't just symbolic. It was a reminder that their family already existed long before the vows were spoken. The wedding wasn't the beginning. It was a continuation. The couple wrote their own vows, choosing words that reflected their journey rather than tradition. Guests later described the atmosphere as deeply emotional, filled with laughter, tears, and quiet moments that felt far more powerful than any grand gesture. The timing of the wedding carried its own meaning. By choosing New Year's Eve, Sam and Kristie weren't just celebrating marriage. They were closing one chapter of life and opening another at the exact same moment. A new year. A new beginning. Together. Family played an important role that day. Members from both sides were present, including moments of togetherness that carried emotional weight beyond the ceremony itself. For Sam Kerr, the wedding also symbolized healing, unity, and moving forward, not just as an athlete, but as a person. Despite the celebration, reality quickly returned. There was no long honeymoon immediately after the wedding. Football schedules don't pause for fairy tales. Sam Kerr had club commitments waiting, meaning a fast return to professional life. But the couple made it clear. The celebration would continue later, when time finally allowed. Why does this wedding matter so much? Because it represents something bigger than two famous footballers getting married. It represents visibility. It represents freedom. It represents a future where athletes don't have to hide who they love in order to succeed. For young players around the world, especially LGBTQ+ athletes, Sam Kerr and Kristie Mewis are proof that you don't have to choose between authenticity and excellence. You can have both. You can build a family. You can chase greatness. And you can do it openly. From a quiet beginning in 2020 to a private wedding in Perth, their story was never about headlines. It was about consistency, trust, and choosing love in a world that rarely slows down. Sam Kerr and Kristie Mewis didn't just get married. They showed the world what winning off the pitch truly looks like. And there's another story waiting for you. Marta, the queen of football, and the wedding that meant everything to her legacy. If you believe these stories deserve to be told, watch that video next.